number. Nolan has to come home, and the Reds win the pennant. So they've done it again. They're on their way to the World Series, which will start here on Saturday. 3 runs in the ninth, and it's a clean sweep again. They swept the Pirates last season. They sweep the Phillies this year, and they take it in straight sets. They win 6-2, 6-3, and 7-6.
I'll tell you what, just an absolutely incredible performance in the last 3 innings. By really maybe one of the outstanding teams in the last 30 years in the National League or all of baseball. They are really an incredible baseball team.
Oh, that's gone if it's fair. Hit the screen for a home run. Johnny Bench has just put the Reds out in front 3-1. And Figueroa got that ball where I thought was a good spot, up and in. As Tony said, Bench's new style of aiming that bat at the pitcher, he timed it beautifully.
I don't know if that was a fastball or a breaking ball. It looked like he was trying to get it in, Phil, but it didn't look like it had a lot of stuff on it like previous fastballs. It may have even been a hanging slider. There's that big, tall foul pole, both corners in Yankee Stadium. A lot of arguments before they put those up.
Deep to left field. Roy White going way back, leaps and... Home run! It's a home run! They've signaled home run! Even though Roy White, the left field umpire, Lou DeMuro, has signaled a home run, so Johnny Bench has just hit his second home run of the night, a 3-run homer, and the Cincinnati Reds now lead 6-2. Roy White really gave that ball a chase, and here it is. White has made many plays like this, Joe, during the year. He's got a way of timing his leap. But it did not hit his glove. You saw it hit the fan there and then come back on the field. He quickly chased the ball. Here's another angle from our center field camera. Look at him find the wall, get above the fence. You see the ball hit the fan, but Lou DeMuro, the umpire, left field, ruled home run immediately. 2 home runs by Bench in this game ties a record for a National League player. There you see him. 8 for 15 he's had in this series. We're all tied, 3 apiece. Griffey at second base. Morgan is at first. They're worried about Griffey at second base. Base hit, left field. We're going to have a race. Here comes Griffey. Here comes the throw. Cincinnati wins it, 4-3. Tony Perez comes through with a big base hit, a clutch base hit, and look at him mob Perez around first base. Cincinnati on a base hit by Perez. Defeat the New York Yankees 4-3.
Back in his power groove.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Boys, I got news for you. We're going to be world champions again, Sugar Bear. I got news for you. We are now going to be world champions again. With Bench making an impressive comeback from injury, Cincinnati made a clean 4-game sweep of the Yankees. Sparky Anderson thought it time for the experts to rate his club among the best of all time.
Speaking of Johnny, over the years there's been, I don't know, rumors, innuendos. That
No, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Johnny had a legitimate excuse, or a legitimate reason. Okay, and I understand this. But we get along great today. I love Johnny Bench. I mean, I really do. He's a good friend. But you got to remember, I got investigated in 1989.
Right.
I didn't ask for the investigation.
His Hall of Fame year.
And it was his Hall of Fame year.
Yeah.
And these damn writers concentrated on Pete Rose's investigation and not Johnny Bench going in the Hall of Fame. So because I got investigated, it kind of cheated Johnny out of a lot of the publicity he should have got.
Right.
But I couldn't control that. I wish it hadn't happened. God, wish I hadn't happened. But, but I think Johnny understands that was out of my control. If it waited till 90, then he'd have got all the just due that he really deserves.
Right.
But,
Well, you guys are good today.
Oh, yeah. I do nothing but go around the country talking about the greatest catcher in the history of baseball. And to be honest with you, Jim, when I talk about the greatest catcher in the history of baseball, I can't even think of a close number 2. I can't think of a close number 2.
Well, you can.
I guess people will say Yogi or Fisk or
Well, they
Garrett
put up the
Carter
numbers
or
of
Gabby
Pudge
Harden.
Rodriguez, and they talk about
Well,
Piazza's
now let me
offensive
tell you
numbers.
something else,
But all
okay?
around,
let me tell you something else. I seriously believe this, and baseball fans will understand what I'm saying. I think the best defensive catcher in the history of baseball was probably Pudge Rodriguez, and I think the best offensive catcher in the history of baseball was probably Mike Piazza. But I think the best all-around catcher in the history of baseball, no question, Johnny Bench. Not that Johnny couldn't catch because he was a Gold Glover. Okay, not that he couldn't hit because he had 40 home runs, 45 home runs. But, Pudge concentrated on defense.
right?
Piazza couldn't catch a cold, but he could hit. And Johnny could do everything. It's just like I was lucky enough to play with the greatest third baseman in the history of baseball.
Schmidt,
Who's a close second? I don't know. Brooks Robinson?
you?
No, I'm a utility player. And in my eyes,
Utility
because I played with him and knew how important he was at the Big Red Machine, I argued Joe Morgan's the best second baseman ever. Joe Morgan's the only guy I've ever seen that a 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 game in the 8th or 9th inning, everybody in the world knew he was going to steal second, and he'd steal it.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it. The pitcher knew it, the catcher knew it, the manager knew it.
Well, he'd take
We
that
knew
lead
it.
too. Back then, when you had the dirt cut out,
I mean-
he'd have one step on the carpet and maybe
And
two
Joe
on the
could have
carpet.
stole 100 bases a year
Yeah.
if he wanted to, but Joe stole bases when it meant something.